Of us have ever had a comeback? Raise your hand. Okay, quite a few of us. I'm going to tell you a story about Joseph. Joseph was a military guy who volunteered for the military. No, he was drafted. Then again, he had a choice to go into the military or to go to jail. No matter how he got there, Joseph ended up on the battlefields of the world, foreign and domestic. His life was exposed. See, Joseph was exposed to gunshots, to artillery fire, to air attacks, IEDs, suicide bombers, all the things that you encounter on the battlefield. Eventually, Joe was wounded. He lost all his limbs in an explosion. He was a POW, a prisoner of war. He was missing in action, never to be found. Sometimes Joseph made the ultimate sacrifice, and he was killed in action, KIA. But that's not the end of the story, because Joseph sometimes came home. He came back home to America as a hero. He served his country well. He was ready to move on with his life. But there was one problem. Joseph wasn't whole. You see, he suffered from ailments. He was disabled. He was in a wheelchair. He lost all his limbs. He suffered from post-traumatic stress. He had a TBI. Joseph suffered from all of those ailments that we encounter during war. But Joseph wouldn't give up. See, he remembered that he was a soldier, a fighter, a survivor. He was going to come back at all costs. So Joseph got up. He went to the VA, got a primary care provider. He made all his doctor's appointments, took his medication, got into veterans groups to treat his post-traumatic stress. He took therapy. He started exercising. He started going to counseling. You see, Joe was becoming whole again. He was getting his confidence back. He was becoming who he was when he left. So it was on now. It was on. Joseph went back to school. He started a family. He got that award-winning career. He bought a house. Joseph started a business. He built a corporation. Then he built an empire. You see what I'm saying? At the same time that Joseph was rebuilding himself, he was also building America, this great country that we live in. From there, Joseph decided to become a coach and a mentor to help other people out and other veterans that were coming from the wars to get through their obstacles. So he created organizations like the VFW, American Legion, Disabled Veterans of America, Paralyzed Veterans of America. And the list goes on and on and on. Now, I know you're asking me and you're wondering, who is this Joseph? I'm going to tell you. Do you want to know who he is?
Yes. Of course.
Joseph is a Caucasian American. He's an African American. He's a Hispanic American. He's an Asian American. He's a Native American. Joseph is a woman. Josephine. See, it doesn't matter who Joseph is. What matters is what Joseph is. Joseph is every American veteran that has fought in every war for this country since 1776, and who has came back to this country to rebuild, along with rebuilding himself, but also to rebuild this great country that we live in, which is the United States of America. See, Joseph, better known as G.I. Joe, was the great American comeback.